It's good, man. We're here with Buckshot, the legendary Buckshot. How you doing, sir?
Always good to be a legend, of course.
Yeah. All right. It's a 15-year anniversary of the label and their success. What does it mean to you? You know, your legacy and your place in hip hop as far as the label.
Just hard work, man. I really, it's just hard work, man. Because like my day has been bananas. So I do know that, throughout all of the years that we've been doing this, and Sandman is family. So we've been coming down here, seeing sporadically and stuff like that. But it's not easy, it really isn't easy, but we keep doing it. We've been at it since '95 when we first started, and we first started out with Helter Skelter. Actually, was our first group on Duck Down Records. Smith & Wesson and Black Moon was not on Duck Down. They was on Duck Down Management. That's what started the record label. See, I learned how to manage before I went into the label, but I stopped managing because I did the label thing a little bit more better. So I kind of stick to what I know, you know what I'm saying? And we got like over 22 projects, like 20-some artists now, you know what I'm saying? From different genres, Kids in the Hall, Team Facelift, Away Team, Jam Live, Knife Wonder. We got a whole bunch of stuff, man. So now it just you get caught up in the motion of everything. You never get a chance to sit back and really soak it up or look at it. If you're swimming in the water, you can't see yourself how long you got. Other people can, but you just are concerned with swimming and getting to your destination.
Now, if you had to pick one moment off the top of your head over the last 15 years, like a favorite or a defining moment, what would it be?
The defining moment would be, to me, all hands down, besides getting off nervous, the defining moment would be when me, Tech, and Still moved in with Tupac and lived with him in California. And stayed up every day, every night, talking in the morning, talking in the afternoon, waking up, eating turkey bacon and breakfast and stuff, and then going out to the pool and just, building, you know what I'm saying, putting it down, rolling up, just building all night, and that was during the time when the East Coast and the West Coast, a whole coast, each coast had drama. People would see you from the West Coast and would not like you, and then East Coast vice versa. So we was in the midst of that. It's like putting somebody in the middle of an axe that's swinging, you know what I'm saying? It's like, if you're good, you'll duck it. If you're not, you'll get cut, and if you're lucky, you might miss it. But we didn't play no luck. That's why he called it One Nation, because Tupac was trying to say that his whole vision and his whole goal is for hip-hop to be one nation. And we as one nation got to look out for each other. So if things happen to us as a nation, don't turn your back, don't turn your head and act like you didn't see it or don't know, because, that's only going to make it worse for when it's your time. So, that was what his whole goal is, and I just still got to keep that mission going and let everybody know we as hip-hop is a nation, not just a culture. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody, you doing things, you got the radio show popping, you know what I'm saying? You seen us on video. I mean, we all one community, for real, for real.
All right. Anything else, like current projects or anything you want to plug in general?
Yo, man, there's so much stuff, man. I never thought that I would be in this position years ago, only because my main focus and my motive. First of all, for everybody out there, I definitely got to tell y'all one thing. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people get confused at this. People don't really know what Buck means or Buckshot means. A lot of people just hear my name. They don't, know the breakdown of it. But the breakdown of Buckshot is a guy that's 50% business, 50% creative, which is where you get the buck from, because a buck is a whole, whether it's one buck or 100 bucks. And then you got shot, a guy who's all about giving other people a shot. It's not about me, because we only here for a little bit of time in this world. You think you're here forever, believe me. When you here, make your mark, and when you make your mark, make your mark so that way when you leave this place, and the mark just keeps going. Another child, another kid, somebody else. We know about George Washington. If he didn't put down a mark, we would know about it. You know what I'm saying? So when you look at it and say, that's those people, though. I ain't concerned with me making a mark. I'm gonna just go to my 9 to 5 or put in my records and just go around the way, whatever it is. My whole concern is it's all about others, man, not about yourself. And in order to own a label, in order to run a record label successfully, the first thing you got to do is sacrifice yourself as an artist. You got to be willing to say, as an artist, this is not about me. And once you do that, you're gonna have all the groups that you got, all the production that you got, and you as an artist is gonna be able to do what you want, any way you want at any time, because it's not about the survival of you as an artist. A lot of these other labels out there that's run by top rappers, they all wind up losing all their groups, or their groups never come out because they always have to look out for themselves at the end of the day. For themselves. That's what they think. But I prove each one of them wrong every time to say, put the label first. Don't put yourself first. You know what I'm saying? True independence. So true independence. Speaking of that, last thing, everywhere I go, I get these questions about what to do in the business, right? We got the train in the background, so don't mind that. I actually never seen that in New York. We don't have that in NYC, so you can't see it. Y'all couldn't see it, but y'all heard it. Anyway, everywhere we go, people ask me about the business. How do I do this? How do I do that? What's an artist? How do I get a record deal? What's a record label? What's radio? I put all these answers in one book called The Commonology of the Entertainment Industry. It's all in this one book. And it's not about, when you read this book, the reason why we call it a manual, because it ain't a book. It don't take you on journeys of where I've been in the past and what I've done and the people I've saw. No, it's strictly, how do I become a record label? A, B, C, D, E. That's your answer. How do I get on a tour? Everything is a manual, step by step, from the beginning to the end. And that's, I think, I put that together so that way I can answer my 15 years of surviving in the business in one shot for everybody. You know what I'm saying? And again, don't look at it like, how you gonna, because one person said, you gonna put out a book and you're not even, you barely exist in the game, and da-da-da-da-da. And I said, well, that's because I, as an artist, sacrificed myself. Tommy Boy's not here. TVT's not here. MCA's not here. Capitol Records ain't here. EMI ain't here. And the list goes on. So definitely don't talk about me when the whole company's shut down. And we're still here putting out the records because we know what we're doing. We started duckdown.com in 1995 when nobody had even thought about the computer. There was no Yahoo, no YouTube, none of that. And we was on there as a little site getting to all the little computer people and stuff like that. And that's why our audience, you look at our audience, you see that. You seen that back then.
Anything you want to say in closing?
Yo, man, just support Duck Down. You know, support Duck Down because it's not about the artists at the time. It's about the artists of tomorrow. None of these record labels is giving people a shot to put out stuff on a major scale. They'll let you do your little internet thing. They'll let you do your little viral thing. And anything that's a virus is not good, first of all. So they'll let you do your little stuff, but they'll make sure that you never really get to that one circle of mainstream and that one circle of really getting to people. I don't think that's fair. And that's the reason why I'm doing what I'm doing. So make sure y'all support the movement because you might be the next artist that either me or Drew House, somebody give a shot.
Absolutely. Appreciate your time.
Thank you. Thank y'all for taking the time out to hear what I got to say. I love my people.
It was great.
Word up.